Hello and welcome back to TF1C, the Formula 1 chat. Today we are here with our Formula 3 review of the British Grand Prix. The W Series already went out on the channel, now we're on to Formula 3, looking at the preview. If you saw our predictions, I was fairly confident Oliver Bearman would have a good weekend at his home Grand Prix. You went for a...
I had a mix of Crawford and Leclerc, which was not too far off.
I was going to say, both of them had decent weekends at times. Crawford less so than Leclerc, but...
I think overall, in terms of racing, it was a very good weekend. We saw a lot of action, good fights in both races.
It's it's a good track, especially for feeder series.
Because when there's 30 young drivers on the grid, there's always going to be action.
It's going to be something that's going to happen. We've not actually seen the F1 yet at the time of recording, but hopefully that can live up to the standard set by the feeder series so far. So, on to quali then.
If
you got up the results,
it was a surprise poll, and for Zac O'Sullivan, he even said it himself in his post-quali interview. He was very surprised to get pole, but a good lap from the Williams Academy driver put himself.
I didn't even have top 5 in my predictions. No, I didn't think he'd be anywhere else.
Fifth, I think, actually, so I wasn't. That's decent. He shared the front row with Arthur Leclerc and Zane Maloney third, Collette fourth, and Crawford fifth.
Ollie Bearman sixth as well, the greatest driver of all time.
All three Premers in the top 6 in quali. Probably three top drivers on the grid, or at least near the top.
Yeah, but I don't think you can ever judge that because they're in a Prema.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a cheat code in feature series. And then it was Fredericks, Hadjar...
Stanek, obviously second in the championship. Hadjar and Kushmani in the top 10. The big miss was P11, Victor Martins, championship leader. I don't think that's a miss though, because obviously then that helped him in the sprint race. Because the top 12 gets reversed, indeed. Should we move to the sprint then?
Yes, that's a lovely segue.
Martins started the sprint in P2 and finished the sprint in P2 because...
I thought he'd waltz it, I'll be honest. Risa Shijima was on pole. Yeah. He's the guy we were slandering so hard in the preview, and then he's there sat on pole. And he ended up on the podium, to be fair, so fair enough to Shijima.
So Martins P2, Ushijima fell from pole to third, and winning the sprint was Isaac
Hadjar from third, right?
What a drive.
Third up to first. Or at least fourth, something like that, wasn't it?
Fourth. Yeah. Great drive from Hadjar. He showed supreme pace all weekend, really.
I'd argue he's been the best of the rookies.
He has, well, he's top in
of course, he's the highest. But then equally, there's been some bad luck for certain drivers at times. Yeah. So.
But as we said, Risa Shijima with a fantastic podium for him.
Yeah.
Kushmani took P4.
Yeah, he's been a driver who's evidently had a lot of pace, but never really been able to convert it. I remember first weekend he started 30th in both races.
He missed the weighbridge.
He made 18 overtakes and still got no points.
No, that's Formula 3.
Yeah,
rounding out top 10 then, 5th was Caleb Fredericks. That's his highest ever finish in Formula 3. Yeah. Roman Stanek in P6. Decent points for him, but he lost out on Martins in the championship. Then Zane Maloney in P7, who drove like an absolute idiot all weekend.
I was going to say, we'll go into the feature in a minute, but
maybe even there he was under investigation for pushing Bearman.
I was going to say he hated Bearman all weekend.
Yeah, him and Bearman just did not get on at all. P8 for Arthur Leclerc, 9th Ollie Bearman, as we just mentioned, he dropped back a few. And then Crawford taking the last point in P10. Again, all Premiers in the
Crawford dropped back right at the end, didn't he? Yeah. There was that moment there, and he lost up to Leclerc and Bearman.
He did in the sprint as well. In the feature, So I wonder if it is maybe a bit of tyre management.
Potentially,
Young driver, very quick, but maybe just gets.
I don't think he's quite on the pace of Bearman. I think Arthur Leclerc gets priorities
because his name.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Prema love it. And also he's been in F3 for donkey's years now. Yeah. He's like 7 years older than his teammates.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, I mean, it's fair to say though, on the Sunday, he didn't win because of his name. He drove fantastically. Arthur Leclerc took the lead.
You don't get race wins because you got a surname.
Took the lead after. To be fair, it was actually a bit of a mental race. Honestly, it took him a while to get into the lead. Because he went for the move, and then as soon as he went for the move, the safety car got pulled out because of someone had a mare.
It was Maloney. at the same time as Colapinto.
Yes,
Maloney went round.
Oh, yeah,
Colapinto was just shoved off track by some geezer.
Yeah,
but yeah, so the lap 1 incident was Bearman getting pushed off by Maloney. Then, as he re-entered the track, he hit Maloney and he spun.
So Maloney spun.
But he still got the points, right?
Wasn't out of it. Maloney did recover from the back to P11, so that's a fantastic drive from him. Colapinto was out. We had the safety car. Off the restart, it only took a couple of laps for Leclerc.
That's the thing with Zac Maloney. He's evidently got a lot of pace, but he's 14th in the championship right now because he's a muppet.
Yeah.
Like, he's only 2 points out of Kushmini now.
Top 25.
Which is, interesting. But, who are you trying to find?
I can't see the top 25. But yeah, so...
Maybe it only shows classified runners.
Oh, yeah. Leclerc took the lead, and then we had a big incident between Asmin in the high tech and Villa Gomez in the Van Amersfoort Racing. Villa Gomez into the wall. He was all right, but it brought out another safety car, which obviously with F3 doesn't really change too much because obviously they don't have any mandatory pit stops, so there's no strategy to it or anything. So it just brought out another safety car.
Yeah.
Leclerc held the lead, which then left. So Leclerc won. O'Sullivan held on for P2. Bearman took the final spot on the podium.
Brilliant move on Kyle Colette around the outside of Brooklands with
on the last lap,
a lap to go.
Yeah.
And then on to the last lap, almost got O'Sullivan at the final corner. That was a little bit messy between the two of them.
He kind of stuck it down the inside. O'Sullivan.
Since people saying, he should be penalised. Absolute bullshit. Clearly just massive Kyle Colette fans or something.
But O'Sullivan just held on. But as you said there, Kyle Colette P4, Isaac Hadjar, who had a fantastic weekend, took P5. Really good points for him. Put himself right up there in the championship fight, which you'll get into in a minute. Jack Crawford took P6, so an okay weekend for him.
Isn't it Edgar next?
No, Edgar was 8th.
Oh yeah, 8th in the end.
Great to see him back.
Yeah, I was going to say, brilliant to see him back. Obviously recovered now from, it was Cones he had, didn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously shocking start to the season for him, but yeah.
Back at his home Grand Prix.
Great to see him back.
Result for him.
I do have to feel sorry though for Alexander Smoljar, who I have to say has done really well, and now he's without a seat. And you look at some of the clowns.
Edgar's back. I even put Smoljar in my predictions.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that until he turned up on Friday, and I was like, already done the put out the videos. Victor Martins. It recovered to P7, so he maintained his championship lead, I believe. Yeah, so do you want me to run through the championship? Oh, he's
classification. David Vidales got himself 2 points in P9.
He's had a quietly meh season.
And the man who loves Silverstone, Reese Oshijima, got the last point. So for him, he got a podium and a 10th. Double points finishes in both races. Great weekend.
Yeah, but he's only 4 points off Gregoire Saucy, who I thought was having a really, really strong campaign.
That was the other thing, obviously. Roman Stanek came together with Saucy, ruined both of their races, and Stanek, huge losses out.
Saucy's only finished in the points once. That was a P3 at the opener in the feature, so... I mean, a great weekend there. Yeah. Horrible season other than that. But yeah, into the championship then. Victor Martins, as you mentioned there, still leads the way. 77 points to his name now. It is now Arthur Leclerc after that victory that takes P2. He's only 6 points off Martins.
Very close.
And Hadjar's only 3 points behind Leclerc. So 77, 71, 68. Stanek was P2, finds himself P4 now, and he's 7 points off Hadjar, but by no means out of the championship fight. And then Crawford, only 17 points off Martins, split 17 points across the top 5. We've still got, let me just do some quick maths, 5 rounds to go. So that's 10 races. A lot of points still on offer. I can't do that maths that quickly, but there's still a lot of points on offer.
Luckily for us, it's really close. It's a very good battle. Also, I was
going to say, we've got Spielberg next weekend.
Yeah, back-to-back weekends for Formula 3. Cannot wait.
And Formula 2 and Formula 1. So those will all be out on Friday. So if you want to see our previews and stuff, they will be out on Friday. But yeah, with the championship, Oliver Bearman P6. He's 16 points off Crawford, but in feeder series, that takes one very good weekend for him and a bad weekend for some of the top lot. Say Martins, Leclerc come together, Hadjar's had a tough weekend, Stanek and Crawford out the points or something like that, and Bearman's won.
Luckiest man in the world.
I know, but we've seen that this season in Formula 2 at times, like Drogovic winning and everyone else just deciding to quit. That's pretty much it at times. Then suddenly he could find himself back in the championship fight. So I still think Bearman's in. I think O'Sullivan's just a little bit out of it now. I mean, I wouldn't have expected him to be anywhere near there anyway. Yeah. So credit to him, the fact that he is 7th, 11 points off Bearman. Kyle Collette now 8th with 3 points to Sullivan in 7th. Smilar's 9th, but as I mentioned, doesn't have a seat now. No. So he's 9th in the championship. He's higher than many other drivers. I mean, even Franco Colapinto, who's had a fantastic season, he's higher than. And yet, without a seat. Surely someone out there's got to look at him and go, we've got, Van Amersfoort.
Yeah.
Rafael Villagomez. I mean, the incident with him today, I thought it was the other geezer's fault.
Asman.
Yeah, Asman. I mean, he has just come across him. But just slam on the brakes. It's just such a weird moment. But yeah, Smollett 9th, Collette 10th on 26 points. That rounds out the top 10. Other than that, yeah, Edgar up into 19th now with his 4 points this weekend.
Yeah. I think he's a very quick driver, Edgar.
I think he can get into the top 10.
There's a reason he's a Red Bull Junior. Season.
Indeed, yeah. You don't just get Red Bull handed out because of your surname. You get Ferrari. Sorry, any Arthur fans, that is just a joke. Please don't come for me.
But compared to who he's like, Bearman's 16.
Yeah, I was going to yeah.
I think he definitely
the age gap is quite significant.
Up to F2 or find something else to do.
And then the teams championship, I know no one really cares. It's all about the youngsters here, but Prema now do lead the way on 175. ART second on 113. So quite the gap there. High-Tech third, 90 points. Charouz with just the single point in the feature at in the sprint at Imola. Wow. They're bottom of the table, but yeah, shout out Charouz. But that is all for today. If you have enjoyed, make sure to get involved. Make sure to leave a like. Make sure to subscribe if you're new around here, and get involved in the comments down below. We want to hear your thoughts on the race, your thoughts on the championship, all that kind of stuff. Anything else, basically comment anything within reasons. But yeah. That's all for today. We will be back with Formula 3 content this Friday as we preview the Austrian Grand Prix, and a load of other reviews, including Formula 2 and Formula 1, will be out later today. They should all be going out on the Monday without any problems. So yeah, Austria up next. Going to be interesting. I already have an idea of what I'm going to predict, but yeah, save that for Friday. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. See you next time.
See ya.